if we had only kept the streak going for, I don't know, 8 minutes longer, we would have
Wow.
been on the same show. Absolutely insane. Back to back. Welcome back to the Habs Tonight channel. Um, we were right. Actually, I should say Marc-Olivier Baudouin was right. I'm not going to take all the credit here, but we were right for leaking it first on a live show. Let's put it that
Hmm.
way.
Yep.
The Montreal Canadiens have hired former Tampa Bay Lightning Martin St. Louis as their interim coach. What a day. What a mix of emotions, roller coaster. Shane, thoughts?
Yeah. Guys, this is what Habs Tonight is all about, okay? 2 videos in the span of what, 30 minutes? We are relentless. When there is news about the Habs, this is the place to be. So drop a subscribe, drop a like if you like this. But huge news, huge news. We talked about this earlier, and you know what? When the news dropped about Dominique Ducharme, St. Louis was not even in my mind. I didn't even consider him, and I should have because it makes sense. But really, it just I had no idea. And then when you mentioned it in our previous video, like exactly, my face lit up. It just made sense. The bubble, like the light bulb, boop, it works. It works so well. Okay, he's bilingual. First of all, he's from
There
Laval.
you
So
go.
anybody who was wondering, oh, he spent all this time in Tampa. No,
His name
he can
is French too.
he can still speak French, people. So it's okay. It's okay. I love this. Oop,
Oh,
I think we
we
clicked
clicked.
we clicked on it at the same time.
I'll let you click.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Cole Caulfield. This is
Yeah,
the perfect
huge for him.
mentor. I think they're the same size or pretty close. Okay. Like this guy will help him. He'll say, okay, this is what I did. This is how I was able to be one of the most dominant players in the league while still being shorter than everybody else.
Yeah.
Right. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. But like we spoke before, it is a bit risky. So I'll let you touch on that. Yeah, I'll let you touch on that.
A little bit of PTSD on my end when it comes to this move. Do not get me wrong. I'm extremely happy to see Martin St. Louis behind the Habs bench. As like you said, for Cole Caulfield, it's going to be huge for his development in his career. But I'm having a little bit of Dominique Ducharme PTSD because it is so fresh that within a year, we select a coach or an interim coach to be here when they have no coaching experience.
Yeah.
So, well, Dominique Ducharme had a bit of the coaching experience with the juniors and everything,
Yeah.
but for Martin
Not
St.
at
Louis, it's
that's
completely
it.
different. He
It's
was
not NHL
a
level, yeah.
exactly. But one thing that came to mind when we spoke before this video, Shane, is that Martin Brodeur. Wow, not even in the same ball game. Martin St. Louis blah, blah, was a special advisor to the teams of the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, yeah. The official title is the special teams consultant for the Blue Jackets. He got hired in
There you go.
2019. Now, special teams consultant means that he worked on the power play, which he was very good at when he played too. And the power play has been a struggle, a constant struggle for how many
Yeah,
years now with the Habs. You know, I think him and Burrows together will be a phenomenal team. I hope. I mean, I'm being
hoping.
optimistic here because that's what Habs Tonight is all about. We want to be positive. So I'm manifesting it. They're going to be reviving this power play. They're going to give Cole Caulfield all the opportunities he needs. They're going to use Mike Hoffman correctly. It's going to work. It's going to work. I'm happy about this. It's good news.
I know we said this when Kent Hughes got hired, when Jeff Gorton got hired. It's the positivity, the habsitivity that we need in this shit show of a season, right?
That's right.
So finally, it's a little bit of good news. I'm seeing a lot of, well, you know what? It's Montreal. Obviously, it's going to be 50% negative comments here, but I think it's just the fear of we don't know what to expect,
Yeah.
which is within any situation that we're going to face. But I truly believe that this is a positive hire. And like Sarah said here, it is an interim position and it will
That's
be
right.
reevaluated at the end of the season. So it's
Yep.
not a full commitment from the Montreal Canadiens organization for now. Let's see. I am hoping, like I said about 30 minutes ago, I am hoping to see a system that will be different from the
Yeah.
Claude Julien and Dominique Ducharme era, and an actual system, not this system we keep quoting for the past 46 or 43 games.
Mhm.
So for me, That is the one thing that I'm going to be looking for in the next couple games. Well, maybe not the next couple games, the next couple weeks, to see how the players will react to maybe a new scenery, a new vision that's
Yeah,
going to go along with what Jeff Gordon and Kent Hughes are going to be planning, especially with the trade deadline coming up.
that's right. I'm just so excited thinking that the guys in the room are finally going to have a voice, of a person that they can look up to. Martin
Yeah.
Saint-Louis is such an idol. I mean, he was an idol to me. I grew up loving him, even though he played for Tampa Bay. I didn't care about Tampa Bay, but I loved Martin Saint-Louis. And I know for a fact that most of the guys, or all of the guys in that locker room, will look up to him. Okay, he's going to be your voice of reason. He's going to be that guy that you go to asking him questions. You know, he knows his shit, plain and simple. Now, the interesting thing here is the Habs play tomorrow against Washington. Do we see St. Louis behind the bench already tomorrow, or is it going to be Richardson or Letowski? What do you think?
I don't know. Depending on where Martin Saint Louis is right now, is he in Montreal? Is he? I don't know where he is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be a factor of if he gets to. Well, actually, it's in Montreal, right? We're not playing
Yes, it
in
is.
Washington.
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. So depending on how fast he can get to Montreal, and I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that we don't see him right away. I kind of want to see him take a step back, meet with everybody, get his shit
Yeah.
going, and then get settled basically, and then join. I don't want him to be put in a position where he's kind of like a Michael McNiven a few games ago, where he's just thrown into the shit show and expected to be a miracle worker. Like,
Yeah.
we're not going to win one game just because he's be on the bench tomorrow. Let's be honest.
That's it. That's it.
Right?
And it's against Washington too. It's not like a bottom feeder team. It's a
It's gonna
pretty good
be
team.
it's gonna be a practice for Ovechkin to basically catch Gretzky right now. So you know what? I'm all for it, but that's what tomorrow is gonna be. Let's not
Yeah.
sugarcoat it. Marco is saying here that he's gonna be talking to the media tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. So that's gonna be very
Ooh.
interesting. And I know I'm gonna be available to do a recap show. I don't know who else on the team will be, but I'm gonna try to find a co-host, and we're gonna bring you guys some details from that press conference 100%. It's going to be
Yeah.
very exciting to hear from Martin Saint Louis himself and what he has planned for this tanking Montreal Canadiens team. Let's put it that way.
That's it. I
Aside
think.
from,
Yeah.
sorry,
Go
go
for it.
ahead.
Go for it.
No, I was going to say, aside from trying to maybe establish a new system or a new vision, what else are you hoping to see from Martin Saint Louis?
It's culture. Bottom line is establishing a culture, and obviously it's not going to be a winning culture just yet, but it's got to be a better culture than it is right now. You know, a culture where the guys actually do want to come to the rink and want to compete and want to play, even though you might not get the win, but it's not going to be those 7-1 games anymore.
I'm hoping.
I can't see it. I can't see it happening. I can't see it continuing to be that bad, because something needed to change. There needed to be a shakeup somehow.
Yeah.
And we got it. The guys got it. You know, it's not going to be overnight. Okay, he's the best coach in the league right away. No. We all know that. The rest of the season is a write-off. We've established that already. They're looking at next season. What can he bring next season, right? So for him, his priority is establishing a culture. He wants the guys to gel. He wants chemistry. He wants to find good line chemistry as well. He wants to build relationships with the players too. The players are going to have a say in if he comes back or not. Guaranteed. Okay, Kent Hughes will listen to the players. So if he's able to do that, I think he's got a position next year. But, I don't think they're going to base it off, okay, you won this many games. The team sucks. Okay, we're not going to win a ton of games. But if he's able to make a difference, that's it. That's all we need.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely hoping to see. Obviously, we're going to see probably a lot of shakeup coming from the trade deadline and the off season this summer. But like you said, if the players can react in a positive manner and you can see a change in the mood, a change in how the players feel. Again, Josh Anderson's comment yesterday is what tipped it over for me. That said, Dom is done.
Yep.
It was Josh Anderson. If you can build around guys like that and get Martin St. Louis is going to advocate. He's going to be an advocate for his players.
Oh, for sure.
That's what we're going to, exactly. That's what I'm hoping to see is advocation for the players, somebody who's going to back them, who's going to help them, and it's going to be great for Cole Caulfield. It's going to
Mhm.
be amazing to watch. This guy's got what, like 1,033 points in 1,100 games? Like, it's absolutely insane the career that he had.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping it works out for him. I'm rooting for the guy. But if it does not work for him as an interim coach, do you take the risk of pulling a Dominique Ducharme and offering Martin St. Louis a 1 year, a 2 year contract to test it out?
Yeah.
Or do you flat out say, you know what, let's go with somebody? We talked about this in the previous show. I'm just going to recap it a little bit. We talked about if you do take a coach that has no experience like Martin St. Louis, do you perhaps go with more a veteran coach next year if you see that Martin St. Louis doesn't work out? Do you go to veteran route to help you rebuild? Is that something
Yeah.
we're ready to do?
It's really depending on who's available and who's not. But I
Yeah,
think for now, at this very moment, and until the end of the season, I don't think Ken Hughes and Jeff Gorton will second guess this move. It'll really be during the summer. They'll be like, okay, let's analyze. Are we giving him a contract? How long? I don't think he'll be getting a 3-year contract right off the bat because that's what
no,
we did with Ducharme and we saw what happened. So it's going to be a 1-year contract, 2 max. And then go from there. If it really works, then keep him. Perfect. That's
yeah,
fantastic. But this is a no risk move in a sense that this season is in the trash. We're not risking anything in getting a new coach. We can only gain, right? So if he really pans out this season, he establishes a good new culture. It's a win. It's a W.
big W today. Again, we touched on this about 30 minutes ago, but my question for you is hypothetically, Martin St. Louis does a great job,
Mhm.
establishes a system, and does everything on the checklist of our GMs and hockey operations guys. Let's say it's a win. He stays maybe a year or two contract. Do you believe that he brings in his own coaching staff, or does he stick with what's on the bench right now?
He'll definitely have a say in it. Like if let's say a relationship with Latowski is not good, he's gonna say, hey, bring in Vincent, eh? Bring in Vincent.
Oh,
But that would
yeah.
be crazy. But no, he's definitely gonna have. I mean, I'm hoping there's a good communication channel between him and Gorton and Hughes.
Yeah.
These three guys have to be in constant communication, and they have to be on the same page. And if something's wrong, if something's not clicking, then they need to fix it. But yeah, if hold on.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
know.
Adam.
Can he?
Yes, Adam. No worries. Um, and you know what? Speaking on that language thing, that's the thing that I'm really happy about is that he is obviously bilingual. He can speak French, but he can also speak really good English, better than
Yeah.
Duchamp. And he can actually speak better French than Duchamp too. He can actually speak better than Duchamp. So, on that note, I'm very happy. I think the players will appreciate it because having a coach that can't communicate is about the worst thing possible. So,
Yeah.
he's a great communicator. I've heard him talk many times. No worries about that.
I'm thinking as a fan base too, we're gonna appreciate the not the answers, but just the explanations of what's going on. Because from Ducharme, I know as a coach, and especially in Montreal, you're limited to what you can say and
Mhm.
how you say it. But I'm thinking that Martin, being Quebec native and French, will be able to at least be a little bit more comfortable when it comes to medias, and he's used to doing press conferences for being a
That's
player for
right.
so many years, right? So he's got the
That's right.
experience of talking and that pressure. So I think it's going to be a great ad, and you can't help but think that, I'm thinking Chantal Machabé in my head, who's already pushing for that extra transparency and communication within the media. So I think it's
Mhm.
going to be a great mix having him there, just being himself and seeing what he can bring to the table for the next couple of weeks and couple months.
Yeah. Oh, definitely exciting. I cannot wait to see what he brings. I'm sure, and I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of the players right now. Who are at home, relaxing, taking the day off, and checking their phone, saying, "Oh, okay, we got a new coach. Wow." and turns out he's actually two-time Art Ross, one-time Hart, one Stanley Cup champion, gold medal, and all that. So it must be a pretty exciting news considering the year that they've had. These poor players, like, it's injury, it's misery, nobody's having fun, and this is a light at the end of the tunnel almost. It's like something that could be good. It's something that we can look forward to, and that's something we haven't had in a while because my goodness, every game has been terrible. So let's hope for the best.
I think too it's going to be, what was I going to say? It's going to be a little bit of a relief. Well, not a relief. It's going to be, there's kind of like a no pressure type of thing also, because he's there as a trial, right? At this point. So it's going to be guys, we know that we're not going to do a comeback and make the playoffs right now unless there's an outright freaking miracle of going 40-0.
No chance.
There's no chance. So it's not a pressure right now of making sure that we make the playoffs. It's just a pressure of establishing a system and seeing a change for him. So it's not like he has the extra pressure on his shoulders.
No.
But he does have, I guess, the pressure of, I want a job next season, so I'm going to try my best to make this work. So I'm kind of happy that it's not anything super intense for him. And yeah, he's got to be truly happy. His family must be honored as well to have, he went undrafted. He's a player that's undrafted that has a record sheet that's longer than my hand, my arm. And then he ends up being the Montreal Canadiens' next head coach. So congratulations, Martin St. Louis. Very happy to see him behind the bench. Very excited to see what he's going to do. And again, as mentioned, tomorrow he will be speaking at 11:30, I believe Eastern. So after the press conference, we're going to try to get some Habs Tonight crew members together and bring you guys a live show with the key takeaways from this this press conference. So we have been live for like almost 2 hours today. Absolutely insane. Shane, thank you so much for hopping on with me again to bring the fans the content. And guys, thank you so much again for hopping on with us, for all your comments and support. We appreciate it. And we wish you a good night. And again, finally, some hope, some positivity, some Habsitivity. We're super happy to bring you this news. Martin St. Louis, your next Montreal Canadiens coach. Don't forget to like and to subscribe.
Oh, I'm going to sleep well tonight. This is beautiful.
I know you will. You're as happy as a pig in shit right now.
Damn right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Again, like, subscribe, share, comment. We appreciate all your feedback, and have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.